And this best of 3 is going to be Evos SG on the blue side, Kingsmen on the red side. Taking a look at your map right now, in the offlane we have Paquito going up against Baratz, Chang'e versus Harif. Double mages there. Girl is going to be holding his own against A1, A2. And we see Azura X, he's just going to be damaging JPL, forcing him away. The Grok is such a good deterrent here. He's not going into the Grok block, instead he's just holding JPL off.
Yeah, I think the idea here coming in from Azura X is just try to delay as much time for the Roger. We know that Roger's not going to be, scaling too much behind the Granger. In fact, Granger's definitely going to be a bit slower than the Roger there. So I think the importance coming in for the Grok is just to, provide a bit of vision. You have that front line that's a bit tankier. You won't get CC'd by Loi because you have your passive. And yeah, just look at that. Azura X just taking a few jabs at JPL.
I love it. JPL is like, yeah, you can hit me, but I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to find out where you are. Potato and Odia Bambi, they're just matching each other in terms of clears. Of course, the Roger is the one with the drop right now, I believe. Actually, no, they're about even pacing so far. Yep. Azura X coming to push out the mid wave. We have to see the rotation coming as Odia Bambi hits level 4 first. But on Roger, that is a non-issue. Give a big power spike against JPL here in the mid lane. Has to be careful.
Yep, A1, A2 getting caught under very bad rotation coming in. Yin Yang combo does manage to remove the Kagura, and you talked about him. He has to be careful with his positioning because A1, A2 is sort of this pacemaker for Kingsmen. He cannot afford to go down too many times early game.
Oh, against ASO in the top side, nothing really eventful is going to happen. A bit of a wet noodle fight as we called it. Good early kill for Evos SG. Gives them the tempo, and purely through that, they should be able to secure the turtle and get this massive goal lead. I say massive, it's about 502 minutes in as Azura X comes in, looks for the Grok block, and now he's going to get chased down. Soul is here as well. Here's the knockout punch. They might be looking to go for this, forcing the flicker away. Instead, they turn their sights towards the top wave to clear out the EXP and goal. Good temperance being shown by Evos SG.
Yeah, very good discipline there to just pull off. They know they're not going to get anything more out of that fight. Yeah, maybe a kill, but then you're going to leave your backline overexposed because the Jawhead is just too far away from them. So I like this coming up. But Azura X, playing with fire there. Nice. JPL nearly going for the ejector. But whatever the case, Azura X is going to have the blessing of nature, so he's not going to get tossed either way.
Yeah, I love that about Grok, right? The interaction, as long as you're near to these natural obstacles, it's tough for JPL to find a pick. But A1, A2 though, might not be so lucky. He gets flipped the other way, back to safety. Kingsmen, they know that they can pull the trigger without JPL's ejector. They're going onto the Jawhead, very low on health. And it's pulled back by the Yin Yang overturn. That's the kill for the Grok. Meanwhile, the backline here comes Soul. He's looking for the damage still. Has to back off. He knows that ASO is here to put the return pressure back on him. So Kingsmen, they strike back. They narrow down the goal deficit to slightly less than 200, and they are still in this game. Like they were never out of it, but they're holding and they're making a good case for themselves.
Yeah, so kind of missed the punch there onto Azura X. If not, I think he might have picked up the kill with the Grok, but it's not the biggest of loss. Like even if you get the kill, it's on the Grok. He's a tank, and you know that the Grok's not going to provide too much late game as well. He's just there to scale well with the early game, provide vision. Kind of a natural anti-CC here. But ASO coming in, Daytona's welcome against the wall. Do they have enough damage? Odia Bambi goes in for the strike, and yes, they do finally pick up a Soul. And wow, it really feels like Soul has a target on the back.
The Zaman Force comes out from Pokemon, a cross-map play being made by Evos SG. They're chasing in. There's your damage from the Rhapsody, and that is a kill onto A1, A2. There's still a couple of seconds left on this turtle as JPL is still hunting with the Unstoppable Force and the Ejector. He sees Lun here. Be able to back off, but the bot tier 1 is under pressure, and so is the top tier 1. A cross-map play again. It's similar to game 1, Justin. We expect this from Kingsmen and Evo.
This is deja vu. We saw this happening, like you said, the hyper carry of Kingsmen pushing over onto the bottom lane in the previous game, and then you had Evos actually doing similarly onto the top side. But this time around, hopefully Kingsmen will be looking for different results. Both teams staking very...
Team is going to be there to back him up. They get the objective, they don't overchase for the fight. The discipline there for Evos SG, knowing that they does absolutely nothing. And there you go, the value pick. Kingsmen with the agency, they hit back.
Yeah, and we saw it coming from Azura X twice, that the Nature's Barrier has come into play already. The first one over there caught Girl out of position. The Loi had nowhere to run but stick in the brush, and that's where Kingsmen found their prey target there. And that is what's disgusting about the Grok. He's not going to offer a lot in terms of damage and in terms of CC, but just the wall itself, it could be a make it or break it in these huge team fights.
You see, tactically, you split up Evos SG. That allows Bambi to just go mad on the back line. Good fight coming from Evos, their best. Good fight coming from Kingsmen, they're besting Evos SG at their game in these 5-on-5s, understanding that you just have to split them up. They're not as scary as they look. They are bigger than the sum of their parts, but individually, Evos SG can be beaten and broken.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why Evos SG, they're always roaming as a unit. They're looking for huge team fights, not so much on pickoffs. But speaking of pickoffs, Azura X, once again, he's bearing a lot of this damage, and JPL instantly goes in with the unstoppable force. And it does look like Kingsman is going to have to survive for 20 seconds without this Grok.
I love how Pokemon immediately pops the Zaman Force because he knows he needs the siege with the Calamity Reaper, and now his team is coming back in. So he swallows Pokemon up, but has he overextended? The rest of Evos SG are here. He's buying so much time, he's so tanky. But meanwhile, you can see the top side, they're pushing in. Oh dear, Bambi, he wants the inhibitor, but he will not get it. It's a trade, a 1-4-0 as the Lord has spawned. Evos SG, they'll make their move over. Bambi with the desperation. I say desperation, it's just really good cross-match.
Yeah, not only that, Evos SG once again always finding themselves in a 5v4 situation. They're doing really well now. They can try to take control. JPL forced to use the unstoppable force, but they're not really landing on the units that they want. Now A1, A2 will have to back up the meteor shower, come up for Loon, and JPL is dropping really low, but the rotation will buy him a ticket out. Meanwhile, Pokemon goes in on the back with the Zaman Force, the Chrono Dash as well to drag the kill onto Loon, and now Azura X might be the next one to fall. One more hit should do the trick, but he gets out with his ultimate.
Yeah, at least they get Loon on the way out, but still the pressure is on. Evos SG back towards the wall. Kingsmen, they're making these map plays that force Evos into unfavorable trades. Sure, you get the kill on the ASO, but your top is just getting shoved in. Oh, the Lord is open, we'll trade one for that, and you don't get anything. Here comes the diversion, though. They're looking for this JPL angle. They go in onto Odia Bambi. Oh no! Can they get the kill, though? The ejector pulls him up, and they knocked him down. Lord is open for the second time in a minute, as the diversion coming from Evos SG is insane.
And this time around, it's not just any member like a Grok, it is Odia Bambi. So they're lacking a lot of this burst that they initially had. And talking about burst, look at that, A1, A2 at the top side, instantly gets bursted down by Pokemon. Oh no, he's taking a lot of damage from the meteor shower. Hasn't really gotten the job done though. Now ASO trying to stick around as long as he can. Azura X will throw the wall and immediately gets out of trouble. And now so using the double knockup. Barats might be the next one to fall. And Grok, oh, he wants to go for the steal. And Barats will fall. No, it's secured by Evos SG. And they might pick up a double kill for themselves as well. ASO, look at that, so going for more. It's going to be a triple kill. It just might. One more hit, A1, A2 gets some trouble with that umbrella open. And oh my goodness, Evos SG.
They outfight that. They make the macro play onto Odia Bambi. He didn't even know what hit him. They came up behind and just knocked him down. And now Kingsman back towards the wall. There is your block though coming in. So it's going to be a small delay on that push. Eventually, Evos SG should be able to get destructed. Should be able to back off. Unless so overextends here. Nah, he understands. He's mobile. He's able to get out. But geez Louise, Kingsman, they made Evos SG sweat for their Lord.
Yeah, so just going in for the 1-2, jumps onto the back line, diverts a lot of attention away from these huge team fights. And it all started because Pokemon managed to catch Loon out of position. Speaking of out of position, So might have just overstayed for so long. But look at how tanky this Paquito is. JPL goes for the injector, catches Odia Bambi. The rotation comes in. It's going to be a 4-man stun. And now Potato running out of Riot. You got Pokemon just jumping around with this Chrono Dashes. They get one more kill on the board. It's going to be a 4v3, but they have the Lord on their side. Evos SG trying to end the game right here, right now. 20 more seconds. Can Kingsmen hold on to this? They don't want to fall to the lower bracket. The rotation once again catches out. So comes in from backline, pushes him out of position, and it's going to be a team wipeout. Evos SG, the 2-0 dream is complete.
We'll see you in the finals, Evos SG. A quick 2-0 against Kingsmen.